All right, sports fans, exciting times going on here in the Maritimes. Got some breaking news about the new Women's Maritime Basketball Association that's being started up here by Brad Janes, which is looking to start play this year. So pleased to be joined by Mr. Janes himself here. Brad, how you doing?
Good. I don't get Mr. very often.
Well, we're using the big titles here tonight.
That's right. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, but some exciting stuff coming out of your office here with regard to the new Women's Basketball League here starting up in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. So wanted to get the details straight from you here about what's coming up here this summer.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is a project that started in 2020. A lot of people have asked the question about 2022, why did it take 2 years? Well, obviously in 2020, we weren't sure about the pandemic, what was happening. So it was always going to be 2022. And COVID is still hanging around. But we've made adjustments. And the people I'm involved with in the league wanted to make sure that we played this year in some way, shape, or form. It did create a difference in our schedule. We were going to follow a traditional schedule of single games, but just about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, before level 3 dropped, we weren't sure if we could get into mainstream gymnasiums. So we made the idea that we're going to host weekend kind of tournaments where all 6 teams would be under one roof, play a game Saturday, play a game Sunday.
Yep.
And the New Brunswick teams will play each other twice, home and home, same as the Nova Scotia teams, to flush out the regular season leading to the championship weekend. So quite a bit of buzz as we get closer. It seems, sometimes it seems like it's been 5 years we've been working on this, but these next couple of months are going to fly by. I'm sure they are.
Well, like you said, you got a lot going on here, but so far out of the gate, there's 6 teams in the league so far this for this upcoming season?
6 teams, 3 in New Brunswick, 3 in Nova Scotia. We have the Fredericton Freeze, Port City Fog of St. John, and Moncton Mystics. And in Nova Scotia, there's the Halifax Hornets, Halifax Thunder, and Windsor Edge.
Awesome, and like you said, I mean, this time of year, AUS basketball just going on, CIS coming up. There's so many great basketball programs at the high school level to university level for, women basketball players that, don't really have an opportunity to continue playing, especially at a high level after their university days, say, are done. So, how great has it been for some of these, you're going to have a pretty big talent pool here to draw from with some of the talent both in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia.
There is one of the questions. We have a player portal where players can register. So we have about 130 women who have officially registered, and probably about 35 to 40 more who have been coming out to open gyms to the various teams. So, getting close to 200. But one of the best lines I heard, we actually had a Zoom conference for interested players, and one of the players asked if this was for real, and it certainly is, and it's. Just something that we thought was necessary because so many women are finished playing at 22, and we've talked about that a lot. How can you spend your formative years in youth basketball, high school, and then go to university, play 4 or 5 years, and then all of a sudden at 22 or 23, it's done. And so a lot of women just had to play and pick up tournaments on weekends or through the summer and maybe got together for a union tournament type thing. But there was never, we always talked about it. We were always at these tournaments together, and wouldn't it be nice? But then a year would pass and nothing would happen. So we finally put paper to pen or pen to paper maybe, and said, okay, who's interested here? And we started out with 10 teams that were initially interested, and down to 6, and we're pretty comfortable with that now. We want to crawl before we walk.
Absolutely. Like you said, sort of, it's 2020 when this sort of started. Obviously, COVID has been an obstacle here for a lot of sports leagues. Maybe what's been the biggest challenge in sort of getting this off the ground? Like you said, obviously COVID being probably the biggest one, but some of the obstacles that you've had to overcome just in bringing this to fruition.
COVID certainly, has been the number one challenge. But one of the questions asked early too was, great idea, but do the women want to play? I hadn't really thought of that, truth be known. But I think the numbers kind of bear out that they do want to play. And so that's been exciting. And we've had a great relationship with the Canadian Elite Basketball League, with its commissioner, Mike Morielli. And he said, like, the first year, you're just scrambling to get everything going. And we're prepared. We're going to bruise our elbows and bruise our knees. and make mistakes, but it's all towards the greater good. So now that we have some pretty impressive players, some who haven't played. We've got a wide, diverse crew. We have a mom of four with Fredericton, for instance, 4 children under 6, and she's going to be playing, Leah Bowers.
Yeah.
We're thrilled that she's coming back. She was a star in the AUS. And we have present-day players. Former national team members are playing. So it's going to be an interesting I can't wait to see the final rosters when they're released around mid to late April.
Well, yeah, that's going to be exciting, like you said, to see some of the talent that is going to come out here and play. How was it sort of getting some of the coaching staffs involved and some of the ownership groups sort of together to get these franchises initiated and off the ground?
Under normal circumstances, we're meeting in Truro or Amherst, and you're meeting face to face and hammering out a bunch of details across the table from each other. But because of COVID, that couldn't happen. So a lot of Zoom calls, which can be frustrating because you can be 2 hours in, and sometimes you feel like you're in quicksand and not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But we've persevered, and I think that's a credit to the 6 team owners because the idea of the league has never been lost. Why is the league existing? It's to promote women in sport, and not just as players, as coaches, as scorekeepers, as officials, as many as we can, and that has never been lost. And that's what we really want to do. We want to promote women in sport, keep playing. Coaching staffs have been put together. We have recommended to have as many females on staff as possible, but that's as a former president of basketball in Brunswick, I can tell you women in coaching is not easy. And that's a hurdle we're trying to jump up. And maybe this will generate some interest. They say, it's a good testing ground to be an assistant coach and get your feet in there and try it at this level. So, but it's been really good. We have a nice mixture of coaches across the league, and we just we can't wait till May 14th and 15th for that opening weekend.
So opening weekend is going to be upcoming this May. He says May 14th.
Yep, May 14th and 15th in Fredericton. All 6 teams will be there. 3 games Saturday, 3 games Sunday, and then we'll go to Nova Scotia 2 weeks later in Bedford.
Yep.
Moncton will host June 11th and 12th, and the championship weekend will be June 24th to 26th, following AUS and ACAA playoff scenarios where the first 2 teams get byes, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. So the support has been tremendous from the community, the business communities. From basketball people. We have a lot of eyes on us because there's been a real push for a domestic pro league in Canada. We have so many athletes playing in Europe, and there's nothing in our own country to play. So I think we've got a lot of eyes on us. We're an amateur league, strictly amateur. People want to see how this is going to work, and that's great because we've been the communication lines with Canada Basketball, the Canadian Elite Basketball League, and universities has been outstanding.
Well, no, I think that's great too. Like you said, you're going to be able to really highlight some local basketball players that have had great careers and are going to be able to showcase their talents here sort of on another level. In terms of facilities, like you said, so starting off from Fredericton, is that going to be at the Curry Center?
No, we're actually going to be playing. We've got some diverse gymnasiums as well. We're just waiting here in Fredericton where they're going to play at Fredericton High or Leo Hayes.
Okay.
Moncton will use Harrison Trimble. Halifax, the Halifax Hornets will use Mount St. Vincent University, and the championship will be at St. Mary's University.
Awesome. Okay, sweet. So, like you said, great that it's going to be getting off the ground here this summer. We talked to Shannon Parley a couple of years ago, who was part of the Moncton franchise here, who was, like you said, trying to get this off the ground here as well. So great to see those initiatives coming to fruition here, and going to see some basketball on the court. So, big congratulations to you for getting this going, and look forward to seeing some high-end women's basketball here come May 14th.
Yeah, we appreciate it. There is a lot of interest. There's been a lot of times where I've had a hard time sleeping, but everything's geared towards May 14th at 2:00 right now for that first game, and that's the talk with the teams now. We've got a lot of stuff in the rearview mirror,
Yep.
And now it's like let's go forward. So I certainly appreciate your interest in taking the time to talk about the MWBA. It means a lot to all of us.
No, absolutely. Well, we look forward to checking back in here with you and hopefully making an appearance at a couple of these games here. So look forward to seeing some exciting play here on the court and lots of success going forward here for yourself in the league. And like I said, look forward to talking to you soon.
All right, I appreciate it. Anytime.
Awesome.